thing like that. I was just checking. I have kabara. It should be kabura. All right, so it doesn't take much for me to correct that. Kabura. In time, you're going to learn that the marking on the second letter of the root word gives you some more information. If it's kabara, it's nothing special. It's just past tense. This means to be large or to grow large, or to be large or he grew large or big. Okay, but the u lets you know what kind of growing this is. It is natural, or God-given. If it was then it would just be just growing large, but not necessarily naturally. But this indicates that u on the middle letter indicates that this is a natural or God-given factor. Natural or God-given factor. I'm going to show you another word similar to this in just a few minutes. If it were meaning if there was a mark at the bottom here, it would mean that whatever this action is would be temporary or accidental. I mean, it's not going to last for long, okay? But this is natural or God-given, meaning this growth here is here by creative design, okay? Now, as long as we have this word here, it's to help us with the pronunciation, we need to understand that this letter is not ka, it's ka. Some people mistakenly say akbar. It's akbar. Let me show you what would happen. This is just pronunciation. Now, this is not comprehension here. This is pronunciation, which would lead you to misunderstand if you mispronounce. If this were akbar, then you would have, and I want to do it like this. This is what you would have. You would have akbar. And akbar would come from the word kabara. Kabara. This means to grow large naturally. This means to bury. To bury. Okay. So, as a matter of fact, you may remember a TV program, macabre. Macabre. It's coming from this word, macabre. Macabre is a place. Mad means it would be a place of burial. Macabre. Okay. So akbar is the wrong pronunciation. So you're saying something that you didn't intend to say. This means to bury. So if you would say Allahu Akbar, you would be saying bury Allah. Allah is buried. Okay. So pronunciation is very important, and that's why I put this do not over here. All right, this is not what it is here. All right, this is what is akbar. All right, now I want to show you something else on comprehension with just on that ooh. I'll try to continue that same concept for a little bit further. I was talking to a brother earlier, and we were talking about a word for punishment. He was telling me about one brother who's a serious student. I mean, he studies very hard. And when he does, he studies so many words a day. I think he says 600 words a day or something like that. And that's good study. But that's rote memory. That's rote memory. This is, in other words, when you learn this word, then all the words that come from this word, you're going to know has some relationship to this word. All right? So I'm going to give you a good example to show you why it's important. All right. This one I showed you, the mispronunciation would take you off track. Let's take the word idhab. That's a Quranic word. Idhab. Idhab. And the word is used in conjunction with idhim. So it's idhabun idhim. And it's translated to mean a terrible punishment. But this is the way I put the adhim over there so that this is the word we're focusing on right here. Idhab, okay? Not the adhim. Adhim is also an attribute of Allah, El-Adhim, which means the mighty. Allah is the mighty. But idhab is translated to mean punishment. But there are other words that are translated to mean punishment also. And if you only learn that adab means punishment based on rote memory, you're going to miss a very significant point. Okay. This word in this dictionary, I haven't turned to the page on it, but this word in this dictionary would be like this. We have adab, and then underneath it, we would have the root word, zubat. It happens to have the same mark on the middle letter as we had over here, zubat. The u means what? That is natural or God-given. It's natural. So it's a natural process. So this punishment now then has something to do with a natural process. And this natural, izubah means, to be sweet. To be sweet. So, if you just think that this means punishment, you're going to miss it because you're not relating punishment to sweetness at all. And this is a natural sweetness now. It's natural or God-given. What means the process is just natural. Here's how it relates to this word. If you're doing wrong and you love what you do, you just keep on doing it till you love it, you like it. It becomes a natural to you. It's naturally sweet to you. Because you won't criticize yourself, so now it's naturally sweet to you. That's what makes it a mighty punishment. Because your wrongdoing has become so much of a habit to you until the Quranic term for what I'm trying to say here is zu'yina. And it refers to people whose wrongdoing becomes fair seeming to them. And they use the word zu'yina. Zu'yina means fair seeming. So this is not something that our gene is making up. The Quran is the best explanation of itself. And so it doesn't necessarily point to this word idab, but the root word itself invites you to see the connection between it. And then in other places in the Quran, it tells you how they wound up with this. Because they developed an attachment to their wrong so much until they love it. Once they love it, it becomes a mighty punishment. Why? Because it's still wrong and it's still destroying. Wrong is what destroys us, Even the Bible has a term expression says the wages of sin is death. This is what it's saying here. What you're doing is killing you. But you don't know it because it's sweet to you. How did it get sweet to you? Because you because you lied to yourself. You lied to yourself. In other words, and that's the worst punishment we can have is when we lie to ourselves, because then there's nobody to correct us. If you don't lie, you do wrong. Well, you say, oh boy, that's wrong. I shouldn't have done that. You got a chance. But when you do wrong and you start justifying your wrong, I had a right to do this, or it's good for me, or whatever, it's not a chance for you, no hope for you. So that's what makes it a mighty punishment. So our comprehension then should be based on the relationship of the word, how the word is derived from its root meaning, and that root meaning is going to have some relationship to it. This relationship from izubah to izab is in the opposite direction of what you would ordinarily think. But there are words that come from izubah, which is a good sweetness. But this one is because of this infix here, the infix, it means that this is extremism to the extent that even sugar can kill you. You see what as a matter of fact, what they call it sugar diabetes. Is that right? So that's sugar gone to an extreme. All right. So we want to try to have, or at least I should recommend that you try to have a more comprehensive understanding of the language as opposed to just parroting, just saying the words, which might be impressive, but I'm not about trying to impress myself. Now, if that's what you want to do, then I don't have, much to say about that. Okay. Let's take another word that is